Alright, today we'll be ranking these skills based on if it has Olympic worthiness. And what I mean by this is if your skill is good enough to be in the Olympics. If I think it's good enough to be in the Olympics. There will be 3 angles we'll be covering: a point system, how cool it looks, and if there's a skill depth to it. And if it covers 2 of the 3, I'll consider it a yes, but if it doesn't, then it's a no. First up, calisthenics. My honest opinion, or anyone's opinion, it's a yes, right? There's a skill depth. There's a difference between the beginners and the people who are really good. And to me, it looks cool, but it may not look super cool to everybody, but I think it does. And a point system, there isn't really a point system, but hey, breakdancing looks really cool. And I don't really know how the point system works, but if that's able to be in the Olympics, by all means, I think calisthenics should be in the Olympics. Next up, lockpicking. It has a point system. I think it could have a good point system. It's not very aesthetically pleasing, and there's not much skill depth to it, so I would say no, right? Because after you pick a lock once, all you have to do is get fast at it, and there's not much skill depth to this, in my opinion. So, yeah. Next up, painting. Honest opinion, no, right? There is skill depth, but there's no clear point system, and it's not fun to watch, right? But the art does look good afterwards, but in the process of making art, it's not that fun. So in my opinion, not an Olympic sport. Next up, parkour. It's got aesthetics, no clear point system, and skill depth. There is skill depth, so I would say close to calisthenics, yes. It does deserve to be in the Olympics, in my opinion, because it is a physical activity, just like breakdancing. It doesn't have I don't really understand why breakdancing is in the Olympics. I don't understand the point system, but hey, it's fun to watch. And same with parkour, so in my opinion, sure. And there's like professional tag, if you guys know what that is, if you guys ever seen that ever. So in my opinion, parkour, yeah. Next up, speed stacking. Honest opinion, no. Right? There's a clear point system on whoever gets the fastest time, but fun to watch. You can't really watch it over and over again. Once you see it once, you can't really watch it again. And then, what's the other one? Skill depth. You're just repeating the same move over and over again. So, not worthy of Olympics. Next up, juggling. No. Is it fun to watch? In my opinion, maybe for a bit, but then afterwards, not really. Skill depth, I think there's a bit. And then for point system, I don't know if if we could create a clear point system for this. So in my opinion, no, not really. Next up, arm wrestling. In my opinion, without a doubt. I mean, for me, it's fun to watch. I don't know for a lot of people if it's fun to watch, but in terms of skill depth, there is a certain amount of training you have to put in, a certain amount of effort too. And in terms of point systems, easy. So for me, it's a yes. Next up, butterfly knife tricks. No. For some, it may be fun to watch, but I think for most, it's not really. For me, I think I find it a bit fun to watch for the first bit, but then afterwards, it just kind of gets repetitive. There's no clear point system, and also the skill depth. There is a bit of skill depth, in my opinion, so in the grand scheme of things, I would say not worthy of Olympics. Next up, freestyle football. Checks off the aesthetics, checks off the skill depth, so I would say yes. I don't know how you would create a point system for this, but it's the same thing with breakdancing. Sorry if I'm dissing breakdancing. I'm not dissing it. It's fun to watch breakdancing, but at the same time, I don't understand its point system at all. So you could say the same thing with freestyle football. So I think they're both similar, but one's just dancing, one's just, I guess, freestyle football. Yeah. Next up, yo-yo tricks. For me, it's a no. Now, the reason I put it in no is because I think a lot of people might find it mesmerizing, but I think also a lot of people find it boring. For me, I find it a bit fun for the beginning. Afterwards, it just gets repetitive. For the point system, I don't understand how you're going to judge points based on doing yo-yo tricks. And there is skill depth, but I don't think there's enough in order to make it to the Olympics. Next up, magic. Man, this is biased, but my honest opinion, no. Right? It's just not something you could put into the Olympics. It is 100% aesthetic. There is skill depth, but the point system, you know what? Based on the three angles, yes, it's worthy of Olympics. All magicians are different. They all have their own unique tricks. And for that reason, I think it deserves Olympic worthiness. And I don't know how to make up a point system for this, but I'm sure some people will. Last up, tug of war. I think this one's almost a 50-50, but for me, I would put it in yes, right? Watching sports is very, it's sort of subjective. Like, it's like watching basketball or NHL. Some people are really into it, and then others wouldn't care at all. So I think some people may find joy in watching men or women tug at a rope. And there's going to be a clear point system. And in terms of skill depth, there's a level of effort you have to put in, but other than skill depth, not really. But in my opinion, I would say worthy of Olympics. Well, this is the tier list for today. If you guys disagree, just put it down in the comments. But other than that, peace.